From the heart of Philly, this is CBS News Philadelphia. Now at 11, for the first time in history, a former president of the United States is convicted of felony crimes. A Manhattan jury finds Donald J. Trump guilty of 34 counts of falsifying business records.
This was a rigged, disgraceful trial.
The 45th president says the fight is far from over. Tonight, we have full coverage of this historic moment, what happens next, and what it means for the 24 presidential race. Good evening, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington. Jessica is off tonight. 7 men and 5 women on the jury deliberated less than 12 hours over 2 days before they found former President Trump guilty on all charges. He spoke briefly after the verdict was read. Tonight, we received word that a news conference is planned for tomorrow morning at Trump Tower. The presumptive Republican nominee for president is now also a convicted felon. Moments after his historic conviction, former President Donald Trump denounced the verdict finding him guilty of all 34 counts in connection with a hush money payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels.
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here. We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man.
The only voice that matters is the voice of the jury, and the jury has spoken.
During the trial, the 45th president's former lawyer and fixer, Michael Cohen, helped prosecutors draw a link between Trump and charges he falsified business records to disguise reimbursements for a $130,000 payment. Prosecutors argued that was done to buy Daniels silence about an alleged 2006 sexual encounter with Trump. Trump denies the encounter ever took place. In closing arguments, Trump's lead attorney called Cohen the MVP of liars.
They knew that they didn't always have perfect evidence, but every moment they tried to say, we're backing it up. You don't just have to believe Michael Cohen. Look at what everybody else is telling you as well.
The judge set Trump's sentencing for July 11th. That's 4 days before the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Former President Trump faces up to 4 years in prison, but could be given probation with no prison time. The Biden-Harris campaign released a statement in reaction to the verdict. In New York today, we saw that no one is above the law. Donald Trump has always mistakenly believed he would never face consequences for breaking the law for his own personal gain. But today's verdict does not change the fact that the American people face a simple reality. There is still only one way to keep Donald Trump out of the Oval Office at the ballot box. Convicted felon or not, Trump will be the Republican nominee for president. The threat Trump poses to our democracy has never been greater. He is running an increasingly unhinged campaign of revenge and retribution, pledging to be a dictator on day one and calling for our Constitution to be terminated so he can regain and keep power. A second Trump term means chaos, ripping away Americans' freedoms and fomenting political violence, and the American people will reject it this November. The Biden-Harris campaign reacting to today's verdict. There are still so many questions about this verdict, including the result of sentencing in midsummer and the impact on the 24 presidential election. CBS Philadelphia anchor Siafa Lewis has that part of our coverage tonight. Siafa.
Yuki, as you mentioned, Donald Trump is set to be sentenced on July 11th. Now, each charge of falsifying business records carries with it a potential 4-year prison sentence. But could Trump really be sent to prison? We asked Villanova law professor Mike Moreland for his take on that possibility.
For a nonviolent, first-time white-collar criminal like this in New York State, as I'm aware, as I'm told, it would be almost unheard of for someone to be subject to jail time. There could be probation, though, or assessment of a fine.
Now, the verdict comes as Trump runs for president in the 3rd straight presidential election, this time in the hopes of returning to the White House. We asked 2 strategists, one Republican and one Democratic, how today's verdict changes the race for president and who independent voters might ultimately support.
There may be some independents who may be inclined to vote with Trump supporters who will say that this is unfair unfair prosecution of the former president.
I think these are independent thinkers who look and see the people that made this decision today are 12 Americans, just like you and me, and I think they will swing to Joe Biden.
We are waiting for polling to determine how the verdict swings public opinion on the race, if at all. The first presidential debate between President Biden and former President Trump is now less than a month away. The two are scheduled to face off on June 27th. Yuki, back to you.
And Shiafa, as you know, in just about 22 weeks, Americans will head to the polls for the election. CBS Philadelphia's Alicia Roberts went to Bucks County to talk to voters about today's historic conviction and if it will factor into their decision.
Voters in Yardley had a lot to say about former President Donald Trump's guilty verdict in his hush money trial.
34 counts, that's a lot.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
He's like entertainment.
Relieved that justice was served.
Many also weighed in on how this may or may not impact the November presidential election.
I think this is going to really make people furious, and they're all going to go out for Trump.
I just think the people who are going to vote for him are going to vote no matter what.
For some, this verdict was not about right or wrong, rather due process.
I can't weigh in on whether it was correct or not. It's up to the jury, and that's what we leave it up to. And our system today worked in that regard.
Others worry about what it signifies long term for our country.
I just think we don't have two great choices right now, and that's really hard.
The things that comes out and people are still allowed to run for president tells you a lot about this country and what the hidden agenda is.
Alicia Roberts, CBS News, Philadelphia.
And we will have continuing coverage of the historic verdict when we are not on television. You can get the latest updates on CBSPhiladelphia.com.